Hello students, welcome to our English class. Today's topic is the Riddle Master. Okay? Dear students, before going to the topic, let us learn with the fun. Okay? What is the end of everything? End of everything. Yes? Yes, Z. Because at the end, this is the letter Z. Okay? Very fine. Next. What has words but never speaks? What has words but never speaks? Anyone? Yes. Book. Very good answer. Then next. What has legs but doesn't work? What has legs but doesn't work? Yes, anyone? Okay. Table. Very good answer. Okay. Then last. I am tall when I am young. And I am short when I am old. What am I? I am tall when I am young. And I am short when I am old. What am I? Yes? Anyone? Good. Candle. Very good answer. Okay. Okay, students. Now, dear students, we have discussed Exit 1 of Riddle Master. What have we discussed? Budhu Hadam was a good storyteller and his stories were full of riddles. Okay. Then, people used to invite him in their marriage parties to solve riddles. Okay. Next, he used to make his riddles using the natural elements in different ways. Okay. You have discussed in previous class. Dear students, let us read SGP 2. One evening, when Budhu Hadam came out of his room, he found children waiting to hear his stories. One of them shouted, "Grandfather, today you tell us a story from your life. Grandfather, tell us how you cheated the moneylender." Added another. And all the children shouted, "Yes, yes." The old man took a little ready. Then he began, "In my young days, I once owed a money to a money lender. He used to come every day for money, but I had no money to pay him. So I ran away to the forest, asking my wife to tell him that I had gone for backward and for a dance. Next day, the money lender came. My wife told him where I had gone. He wanted to learn it from me. If I taught him the dance and answered 3 of his riddles, he would not take his money from me. Grandfather, are not the money lender very cruel?" asked one boy who was still very attentive. "Yes, they are, but this money lender was less cruel than the rest. In no case will the other money lenders agree to give up their money." Next, 6. So with the 2 other people as witnesses, I made the money lender. All of us went to the forest It was a very cold morning. I asked him to take off his warm clothes. Then I gathered some dry leaves and wood to set fire to them. We sat very close to the fire. When it blazed, it was very hot, and he moved backward. I also moved backward. When the fire was less hot, he felt cold and moved forward. In this way, he went on moving backward and forward. Then he asked me when I would teach him the dance. He got angry when I told him I had already taught him. You have cheated me, he shouted and said, all right, answer my riddles. The Raja's plate which you cannot wash. A coil of snake, I replied immediately. A bamboo with 7 eyes, came the next. Flute, I replied within no time. Now, next 7. He looked quite disappointed. He had only one riddle left, the last one. If I answered that one, also, he would lose his money. Taking a little time, he asked me a long and difficult riddle. He has a crown, but is not a king. He wakes up man, but is not a watchman. Then he shouted, tell me what it is. When I replied, cock, his face turned pale, and in no time did he leave the place, even without looking back once. Dear students, now let us read in detail. SGP2. One evening when Budhuharam came out of his room, he found children waiting to hear his story. The children, they are waiting to hear the story from Budhuharam. One of them shouted, Grandfather, today you tell a story from your life. Grandfather, tell us how you cheated the money lender. Dear students, you know money lender? This is the money lender who is lending money. Okay. Added another. And all the children shouted, yes, yes. The old man took a little reti. Here is what a took. When took is used in the meaning of drink. Okay. Drink. Okay. That means man took a little reti. Meaning the man drank a little reti. Okay. Then he began. In my young days, I once heard this one. The people were money from money lender. Okay, a money to a money lender. He used to come every day for money. Okay. Every day he come for money. But I had no money to him. Means Budhuharam had no money to pay. So I ran away to the forest, asking my wife to tell him that I had gone for backward and for a dance. So I ran away. Means Budhuharam ran away to the forest, asking his wife to tell that he had gone. Means Budhuharam gone backward and for a dance. Budhuharam had gone for backward and for a dance. Okay. Next day, the money lender came. My wife told him where I had gone. Buddhu Hadam's wife told him where Buddhu Hadams had gone. He wanted to loan it. He, who? The money lender. Money lender wanted to loan it from me, from Buddhu Hadam. Money lender wanted to learn from Buddhu Hadam. If I taught him the dance and answer 3 of his riddles, if Buddhu Hadam taught him the dance and answered 3 of the riddles, he would not take his money. Money lender would not take his money from me, from Buddhu Hadam. Grandfather, are not the money lenders very cruel? Grandfather, are not the money lenders very cruel? Money lenders are not very cruel. Ask one by ask whether money lenders are not very cruel. Ask one by was still very attentive. What do you mean? That boy was listening very sincerely. So the boy was still very attentive. Okay. Now, students, next 5. Go to 5. Yes, they are. But this money lender was less cruel than the rest. All money lenders are cruel, but this money lender was less cruel than other. Okay? In no case will the other money lenders agree to give up their money. Once money lender never give up their money. Okay? Next 6. So, with 2 other people as witnesses, I made the money lender. Buddhu Hadam made the money lender with 2 other people as witnesses. Okay? All of us went to the forest. All of us went to the forest. It was very cold morning. When time was very cold morning. I asked him to take off his warm clothes. I asked him, means Buddhu Hadam asked him to take off his warm clothes. Okay. Then I gathered some dry leaves and wood to set fire to them. Set fire. We sat very close to the fire. Then this sat very close to the fire. When it blazed, fire is blaze, this one blaze. Okay, when it blazed, it was very hot, do you know? And he moved backward. It was hot, so they moved backward. I also moved backward. Buddhu Hadam also moved backward. When the fire was less hot, he felt cold and moved forward. Okay. In this way, he went on moving backward and forward. In this way, they went on moving backward and forward. Then he asked me when I would teach him the dance. That is the question. He asked when I would teach him the dance. I will say who? The Buddhu Hadam would teach him the dance. He asked, who asked? The money lender asked Buddhu Hadam when he would teach him the dance. He got angry when I told him I had already taught him. Buddhu Hadam, when he had told him that he had taught him, who got angry? Money lender got angry when Buddhu Hadam told him that he had already taught him. Okay. Now students, next. You have cheated me, he shouted and said, all right, answer my riddles. First riddle was, the Rajas played which you cannot was. The riddle was, Raja's plate which you cannot wash? A coil of snake. Okay. I replied immediately. Okay. A bamboo with 7 eyes. Came the next. A bamboo with 7 eyes. Came next. Flute. I replied within no time. Next. He looked quite disappointed. Whenever he answered 2 riddles, then he became disappointed. He had only 1 riddle left, the last one. Only 1 riddle he had left. If I answered that one also, he would lose his money. If Budhwadam answered, then moneylender would lose his money. Taking a little time, he asked me a long and difficult riddle. So after some time, taking little time, he asked me a long and difficult riddle. Moneylender asked to Budhwaram a long and difficult riddle. Next, he has a crown, but is not a king. He wakes up a man, but is not a watchman. Then he shouted, "Tell me what it is." When I replied, "Cock," this one cock, his face turned pale, and in no time did he leave the place even without looking backwards. When he answered, then his face turned pale because he became disappointed, and no in time he left the place. That means at once he had left the place without looking backwards. Now, dear students, let us go to comparison question. Question number 1. Why did Budhwadam run away to the forest? Anyone? Yes. Okay. He had no money to pay. Okay, good answer. Now, second question. What was the moneylender's first riddle? Okay, anyone? Yes. The Raja's plate which you cannot wash. Very good answer. Good. Okay, now next. What was his second riddle? Anyone? Okay. A bamboo with 7 eyes. Very good answer. Okay. Now, next question 4. What was his third riddle? Anyone? Anyone? Yes. He has a crown, but is not a king. He wakes up man, but is not a watchman. Very good. Okay. Now, next. Did Budhwadam answer all the riddle of the moneylender? Yes. Okay. Yes. Budhwadam answered all the riddles of the moneylender. Okay. What we have learned today? We read the text and comprehended it. Thank you, children. Bye bye.